Let me tell you about like 13-year-old Lil Patty, okay? 13-year-old Lil Patty was an awkward boy. I wasn't sure where I was at in life. I didn't know who I was. I was really just finding myself, okay? 13-year-old Patty loved to wear South Pole, Rockaware, and Platinum Fubu. I loved it. I was wearing Timberlands. I thought I was the shit. But you know what I really, really wanted when I was 13 that I never got? I got all that other stuff. What I really wanted when I was 13 was a Nextel phone. You know why?
Why?
Because you could chirp. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Season 2, Episode 2. Official podcast of coffee free agents everywhere.
Forever and always.
And it's pumpkin spice latte season.
Meh.
How we feeling?
This is the same as I did before with pumpkin spice season.
Not a pumpkin spice guy, I assume.
No, not a pumpkin spice guy. We had that conversation before. I
We
don't
did.
know if you remember.
We did.
Your favorite seasonal drink. Still the toasted white mocha. The Christmas flavors are the better flavors.
I feel you. It's too damn hot to be talking about pumpkin spice lattes. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm just dreaming of colder times. You know what I mean?
Cold times. Give me the cold times. Give me all I want for Christmas is you. Actually, I'll take the Halloween season. That's fine. But it just needs to be a little chillier. It needs to be a little chillier.
100%.
Anyways, we're going to start with a motivational quote. All right?
Okay.
First quote. Wrote this down the other day. Thought it was fun. The same boiling water that makes an egg hard will make a potato soft. So you need to dictate your environment. Do not let your environment dictate you. Shout out. Also, I want to say a special thing today before we get started. I know we just jumped into pumpkin spice stuff because, you know, official podcast of coffee free agents everywhere. But hug your loved ones. People die too young. That's it. Don't take shit for granted. Moving on. We don't need to be sad. What's going on, man?
Life, man. Getting ready for this little weekend getaway I guess.
Yeah?
You know, heading out to Austin tomorrow morning
Hell yeah.
for a fantasy draft.
Sounds fun.
In my head, I'm going to make some content out of it. So, you know,
I tell you what.
we'll see how it goes.
Everybody deserves some time off. If you make content, but enjoy yourself. Have fun. Refresh.
I would only make the content if I think it's a funny situation, right?
I got
if I'm
you.
going to get some enjoyment out of it afterwards, it's worth it.
Are you, what do you have your draft order yet?
No, they're deciding it. They're doing like one of those little virtual 100-meter dashes or whatever.
A virtual 100? Tell me more.
I guess you just like put the names in and it gives everybody a character, and we're going to put it on the TV Friday night, and that's how we're going to decide.
Okay.
So,
it just does it for you, though. Like,
yeah,
you just watch it.
Yeah, you watch them run. So it's like a 30 seconds or something like that. You know what I mean?
I feel like knowing the history of this group, like knowing that you guys are literally going on destination somewhere to do the draft, that you're kind of missing out with how you pick your draft order. Like have you seen those people that do like all these contests and all this stuff?
Yeah, so this is last year was the first year of the draft, and we just did it online like normal.
Gotcha.
So this is the first destination draft. Now I don't know why we're not, like, the house is a 120-acre ranch. Okay?
Okay.
It has a disc golf course.
That sounds fun.
We're bringing can jam, cornhole, because they all live in Dallas, so they're just, you know, a little hop, skip, and a jump. So we have all these games, and there's a little putt-putt thing. So there's all these different games I feel like we could take advantage of, and we're not.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all should be setting up a competition.
Right. I like my chances of getting a better draft pick if it's an athletic competition than I do trust in this little 100-meter dash thing.
What pick do you want? Let's talk fantasy football.
Talk fantasy,
Let's get into it. What pick would you want? Is it a 12-man draft?
Yes. This league is 12-man Superflex tight end premium.
What the hell's tight end premium?
Tight end premium means, so it's a PPR league, you know, 1 point PPR, but tight ends catches are worth 1.5 points. So it values the tight ends a little bit more.
So Travis Kelce goes top 3?
Travis Kelce goes pretty high, but it's a super flex, which means, you know, you can have 2 quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks usually go first.
I hate this league already.
It's cool. I like being in. I don't like being in a bunch of leagues that are all the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
No, that's cool. I don't see. I'm a traditional guy. I don't like.
I like having one league that's a traditional league, and then like all my dynasty leagues are kind of traditional.
Yeah.
You know, they're just not. I just don't really draft every year.
I feel you.
So.
All right, so you don't know where you're drafting. You're in a 12-man league. Do you have a preferred position?
I think I like the 4-5 spot.
Okay.
Because it's tough. I don't. So it's only, like I said, it's only the second year of this league. It's really only the second time I'm playing with these guys.
Gotcha.
So like I have another league I've been in for 8 years. I know how everybody drafts. You know what I mean? So I can take the early spots and kind of know what's going to happen. In this, I like being 4-5 so I can see how the first few people go.
Right.
Because like generally the quarterbacks would go first, but if nobody goes quarterback, then I can either start the run on quarterbacks, or I can be like, all right, nobody's going quarterback yet. You know what I mean? I like to just let the draft come to me. I don't necessarily like to dictate how it goes.
Now, I've never done a super flex. Is it common in those leagues for the quarterbacks to go first? Because I've never.
Yeah.
Normally, I cringe when somebody takes a quarterback early.
Yeah, no, it's very common because I mean they're the highest scoring position.
Okay.
So generally, what most people tend to do is picks 1 through 5, 6, maybe those top 6, like the elite quarterbacks, tend to go first.
Okay.
And then you get to the point where you're like, all right, I'll take Justin Jefferson or somebody because it's you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
So then usually everybody gets their first quarterback in the first 2 rounds ish. You always got one person that waits to get them late, right? So you usually try to get, or at least this is my strategy, get one of the elite guys first, and then I'll take Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, paired with him later on. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Everybody's got their own thing. There's something too. If everybody goes quarterback, you just keep taking the best position players and see what happens.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'd probably, I don't know how I would fare because I would approach it the same way as I approach any draft. Like I would probably go some combination of running back, wide receiver in the first 3-4 rounds. That's
generally what I do. That the only difference in this one is that if I have one of if I can get Mahomes or like Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts, that's what I do because they're just so good. But once it gets past those 3, then I start thinking maybe Burrow too.
Are you a mock draft guy?
Yeah, I haven't. So admittedly, this year I have not done that many. The last week I've started to do a good bit of them, but so my other league I'm in. So we're going float down the river Saturday, and we're going at 11 o'clock. I have a draft at noon for a league I've been in for 8 years, and these guys refused to move it to Sunday for me.
Bitches. So
I'm going to be literally floating down the river doing the draft for this other league. I've been in this league 8 years, been to 4 championships, and won 2. So you can see why they're trying to keep me out of this. But it's a keeper league. Everybody just submitted their keepers today. So I'm finally getting the mock draft with that going on.
Gotcha.
It's fun. At one point I was in like 13 fantasy leagues in 1 year, and I had to really dial it back.
Yeah,
it just
it's
became
too much. It's too much. I'm not a mock draft guy. I'll be honest with you. I like to wing it, as you can see with everything I do.
Yeah.
Even this podcast, well, anything in life. When we do our Brew Bros and I get there, if I have to sit for 10 minutes, I get frustrated because I'm like, I just want to go.
So I do the mock drafts. They're not really helpful. You know what I mean? I do them because I guess they're a little helpful, but all it takes is one person to take a person 3 rounds early,
right,
and the whole thing gets thrown off.
Which someone always does.
Right.
Always.
So it's like, I don't know. You get an idea of where you want, but I learned like a few years ago that I stopped really caring about ADP and all of that. Like if I want somebody, I'm just going to get them.
Yeah, I made that mistake in my Dynasty League this last week, or I guess not this last weekend, but like a couple days ago, we had our redraft for like rookies and then like free agents that were left over. And I really wanted Tajay. And I was like, I can't take Tajay in the first round of the rookie draft. I have the 3rd pick. I can't do that. I'm going to wait until the 2nd round. It's fine. He'll still be there. Nobody's taking him. He'll probably go 3rd round, I'm thinking, or late 2nd round. Somebody took him right before me in the second round. I was pissed. I was hot.
Well, you got to find the balance, right? Because you were right for not taking him third. That's too high.
You can't.
You can't. But like, it's tough because you can't take. I mean, you can take somebody whenever you want, right?
Oh yeah.
But you still try to get value. That's the whole thing in fantasy football, right? You're trying to get value. I think the number one thing I've learned, like if I could give like a new person coming into fantasy, if I could give them like one thing of advice, is like you like go in with a plan, but be ready to just throw it away completely.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to just adjust on the fly.
Like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they're punched in the mouth.
Exactly.
And you're going to get punched in the mouth in the draft.
You absolutely are.
Somebody's going to take Derek Carr in the 4th round, and you'll be like, what is happening?
Absolutely. Did you die? So, recently in the last year or two, we got access to daily fantasy. Did you dive into that at all?
I haven't done that yet. Nah, it hadn't been my thing. I got too much going on with regular fantasy to worry about setting lineups every day.
Last year I did it. I did it for like the. I'll throw like a, they do like the $2 comp. That's the cool thing. You can throw $2 on a lineup, and you might win nothing. You might win $1 million, right?
Right.
So from Monday night, they do like these superstar things where you pick one player's points are worth 2x points.
Okay.
And then you fill out the rest of your lineup within the salary cap. I kind of stay away from that unless my teams start dealing with a bunch of injuries and once my regular season starts to feel like it's kind of down the shitter.
Then you switch it up.
Then I kind of like, all right, now I can have some fun with daily fantasy, whatever.
I like that. I kind of like that.
But it's just because I'm sure you've had it. Like it feels like recently the injuries are absurd every year, right?
Yeah.
And it just gets to the point where I'm like, dude, I am tired of dealing with this shit. Like,
I'm a heavy waiver wire guy, so I'm normally at least battling for the playoffs at the end of the year, even if my team wasn't strong throughout the year. So there's never a point where I'm just like, oh yeah, screw it. Like there's maybe one league a year where I'm like, you know what, screw this. But
yeah, I mean, even if my team is terrible for some reason, like I still every week am trying. Like I'm the person that people will hate at the end of the season because I'm still trying to get the waiver wire guys. Like if I'm not winning, I will ruin somebody's season.
Right.
So, I'm not one of those people that just gives up when my team gets bad. But
respect.
Yeah.
Are you when you get to the championship, let's just split the pot kind of guy?
It depends on how I feel about my team. Right? Like if I'm the 1 seed going all the way in, we rocking and rolling. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Right. It also depends on the payout. Because so this league I've been in forever, we pay like $50 a person. It's only a 10-man league, and like year 3 or 4, one of the guys passed away.
Oh,
so
shit.
we started taking half of the winnings and put it to charity.
Your loved ones.
Yeah. He had a charity or something, so now we take the half of the winnings every year and give it to his charity. But then, so instead of having that, we did that, and then we went by a belt, a championship belt.
Yeah, it's always fun.
So it's like I don't worry about splitting it because I want the belt more than anything. You know what I mean? So it varies from league to league. Now, I've had a couple times where I've snuck in as like a 6 seed and just got hot.
Yeah.
And if they're like, hey, you want to split? I'm like, yeah.
Yep,
I have no business being here.
Sure do. I'll tell you what, though. It's so funny what a championship belt in a league will do to you, man. Like, every league I'm in now, I just want the belt. I don't care about the money. I want the belt. Yeah. I want to hold the belt.
My thought process is if I can just win enough in one league to pay for my entry fees for the rest of the leagues, I'm cool. But as long as I can win this belt. So, like, this league has a belt, and then the one that we're doing, I'm going to Austin for tomorrow, we're going to buy a belt, which this will come out. I'm not supposed to tell anybody this shit, but they're not going to see it yet. So, we're going to buy a belt, and then he's also going to give the winner, or we're all going to, it's like $5-10 a person every year.
Okay.
The choice of a ring or like a Lombardi to keep. So, you're going to get to keep a trophy or a ring. And then you also get to pass the belt around.
Y'all doing all this stuff, but you're relying on a fake Chat GPT horse.
There's still time to change.
Or it's not even a horse. It's a sprint.
When we're all together, maybe I can pitch something.
I'm telling you, wing it. Live on a prayer.
Hey,
Fly high until you die. I don't know. I got nothing else.
maybe you live on a prayer. Maybe we all do karaoke, put the videos out, and have everybody vote. And
I don't. You ain't got enough time for that. You'll be back home before y'all start drafting.
It's a thought for next year.
Oh man, you got anything else fantasy football? Like we could dive in. I think we're gonna start doing a fantasy show. We've been talking about that. We're considering it. Trying to figure out days and all that stuff. You got any like targets? This will come out after you
got
draft.
any sleepers? Let's do this. We'll start with this. Give me a guy you feel like you absolutely have to have this year. Any position, any round. Preferably like the top like 5-6 rounds. Like a guy you're like, man, I really want this guy. And you'll draft him a round or two early if you have to.
I don't know. I haven't done enough drafts yet. I've done one real draft so far.
So for me, and it's been the same guy it was the same guy last year. It's Amon-Ra. Same round. I just love Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
I want him, and then another one would be like Alexander Madison because he's fallen a little bit. And
what's the dude's name for the Jaguars? The backup running back they just drafted. That's my sleep. Tank.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby.
So I've had a couple mocks where I just kind of, it seems like I've been getting ETN a lot, and if I get him, I'm absolutely gonna. I'm a big handcuff guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take.
Well, that's why I tried to get Tajay.
Speaking of the Jags, Calvin Ridley's another one for me. I think Calvin Ridley, he may start off a little slow until he gets in the game shape, but he's from the videos from camp. He seems like he's balling right now.
Oh yeah, so, for sure. Yeah, no, for me, I think that's it. It's gonna be Tank Bigsby, and I could be wrong. But I'm just like watching the preseason and seeing the load share they're giving him and seeing his burst and like it's just and honestly, if Kendra stays healthy, man, Kendra looks good. Tajay Spears, just thinking of running backs that go late that you could probably Tajay could pick up off waivers, but like
it's gonna be one of those situations where I'm trying to pull up my mock drafts I've done, see if there's anybody, but it's gonna be one of those situations like when Alvin had his rookie year, like they were forced to play him.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like if he's ripping off 10 yards a carry like you.
Yeah, I think they're going to look at it like Derrick Henry needs someone to spell him. He's getting older. Yeah. And then if they don't spell him, Henry might get hurt. Tajay's going to get a lot of carries anyway. Like I'm really high on Tajay, especially in a dynasty league. If you can get him and hold on to him, like whew.
Yeah, I had and I guess my sleeper this year would be it's weird because I'm going with a rookie too. I'm going Zay Flowers.
Okay.
I think he's going to be such a perfect fit with Lamar.
Yeah.
And he's just a little quick, shifty guy.
As of a week ago, I would have said Jackson and Jigba. His name's too damn long, but now he's hurt, so I don't know. But he was killing it.
They say he might be.
He's out a couple, like a significant amount of weeks from what I read.
I thought they said he'd be back by week 1.
I hope so. He's listed as questionable when I looked at him, but like, I don't know.
Juwan's another option. I think.
A deep tight end sleeper.
I think so.
Yeah, Derek Carr loves his tight ends. Darren Waller still. People thought Darren Waller was going to go to New York and like maybe fall off. If you look at how many looks he's getting in the preseason, I mean they are force feeding him the ball.
Yeah, I'm looking at my team, my mock drafts. Like every one of them, I've got Juwan, Tank, Tajay. And Tajay for me has been like a last round pick in all the mocks. Yeah. Now, if you're doing a local draft, he's getting picked, right?
Yeah.
Like you just joined that Tulane league, he's getting picked.
Oh, for sure.
It might even be earlier than way earlier than
I'm not even expecting to get him in that draft. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I took him in my one real draft I've done so far, and I took him late. I think I took him the second to last round or something like that.
Yeah. Which
was nice.
Last name I'll throw out there is KJ Osborne.
Okay.
For the Vikings.
Yeah.
A little biased because he's a Miami guy.
Not Addison?
I like Jordan Addison. We started this dynasty league this year that our rule, and I think I told you about it, the rule was every team had to be owned by 2 people.
Okay.
So it's me and Chad have a team together, and that was the guy I pounded the table for.
Yeah.
Because he was looking more about building for now, and I was like, this is the guy I want. So I pounded the table for Addison, but I think there's always that offense has room for 3 receivers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
And he's just going to be he started to come on a little bit last year, I think he was actually, when I did my article for my breakout players last year, I think he was the guy I chose. So I think he's just one of those guys.
Okay.
He's going to be a little PPR monster. And
what about a quarterback that you can get later? There's always somebody that hangs around.
This feels crazy. I'm going to say, I don't want to say Derek Carr. He feels like, it feels like he's an option, right?
I think he's draftable as a backup, as a second quarterback.
And
with the potential.
You're talking starters, I'm thinking more of a guy I'm going to draft as a backup that could potentially become something.
Okay.
I like Sam Howell.
Yeah. He looks good, man.
Right. Like, I'm going based off of what I've seen.
You could take him late now, too. Like,
I'm going off of what I've seen in the preseason. He looks good. Like, I don't.
He's actually going undrafted in most leagues. Like, you could, if you've already drafted, you could pick him off of waiver wires.
Yeah, like I'd never want to start him every week right now. Right. But if you told me by week 10 he's a startable quarterback, I'd be like, that's not surprising at all.
Do you take a chance on a guy like Tua?
Not me. I don't love Tua. Maybe just because of the offense.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like it's different. It's different. Like, the receivers in that offense, you absolutely take a chance on because they're going to throw Tyreek and Waddle 100 passes.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't.
Here's another topic for Miami since I brought up Miami specifically. Who's the running back? I know that he's hurt.
He's coming.
He's coming back.
He's coming back.
Okay.
That was another guy I wanted to draft in our dynasty.
See, I wanted to draft him, but he was hurt, so I shied away from him.
I think Jeff Wilson's gonna get the first crack. Like, A-Chain's not gonna be he can't be the every down guy. He's tiny.
Do you think Jonathan Taylor ends up there? That's like, there's so much going on with Miami. I'm like,
I saw the Broncos were trying to get him.
Really? If they do, I'm gonna be pissed because
they said Broncos, Bears, and Dolphins. Dolphins are the most aggressive, they said.
Yeah. I feel like Sean Payton is always in play for someone, and he never gets them. So I'm not really buying that.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
We'll see. He's running out of receivers. That's what he needs to try to go get.
He's always running out of receivers. That's been him.
I bet you don't think he's running out.
He likes his wide receiver room, and if he doesn't, don't worry. He's going to have one of the Saints receivers that gets cut to come in a couple of weeks. So
I got Traquan for you, buddy. What you want?
He's probably looking, going, Traquan could get cut.
Oh, he sees it. He sees Traquan on the bubble, and he's like, just hold out. Listen.
He's calling us up. Hey, how you think you're gonna let him go, or
we'll sling you a little seventh.
That'd be funny, man. We'll see. I'm excited that, man. Like, this first, we could just transition into Saints if you want. I mean, how you feeling about the last game? Obviously, a lot of backups played, but any thoughts on the last preseason game?
Yeah. So start with the quarterbacks. I hate saying this because you know what it brings up.
Just say it.
Jameis he's just not it, man. Like, if anybody, not that I thought he was beforehand,
right?
But if anybody thought, and yeah, he's playing with the backup line, but there's things. Every big play he had was a hope and a prayer, right?
He had one or two good throws where it's like, damn, and that's what makes me think of. I want you to talk about the tweet that you shared because it made me crack up laughing. Actually, probably shared a couple, but there was one specifically that made me crack up laughing, and it was like Jameis Winston at quarterback, or imagine Jameis Winston at like a daycare. You drop off your kid, and you don't know if they're going to come back speaking Mandarin or dead. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah, it's just, I can tell you exactly where it happened in the game where I was like, he's just not the guy. When we got that interception right before halftime.
Yeah.
And it's like the perfect practice scenario, right? Where you like drive down the field, get some points before half. And you're expecting just a field goal.
Yeah.
Couple good plays he makes, right? Couple good throws.
Yeah.
Quick plays. Then he throws in a quadruple coverage in the end zone. Instead of like forcing a bad pass instead of just living to fight another day. Now, I want to say maybe it's just because it's preseason and he's trying to make a play, but we've seen him do it in the regular season. So I'm like,
you know what gets me about Jameis? I think it's because his mindset is always make the play instead of a play.
Yeah.
I heard that somewhere and I liked it. The thing about Jameis that I see all the time is he never feels like he's in tune with the offense. He never feels like he's on time. It feels like he's just looking and looking and waiting. It doesn't feel like he's anticipating anything.
Yeah.
And that, for me, is hard to watch. And then on top of that, and maybe there's nothing to this. Maybe it's the backups. I don't know what it is, but you saw it last year with the starters. There always seems to just be a lot of penalties. And it's not him, but he's the one running the offense. And it's just like, why are we making so many boneheaded mistakes?
Well, that's a characteristic of Dennis Allen teams.
It is.
Going back. Like, I think I wrote something about that.
Yeah.
That last year. It's just he's always towards the top of the league. So
Shout out to my wife who just creepily stared at me for no reason.
So you would hope that changes, but they're saying they're getting multiple false starts in practice. Like,
yeah, that doesn't make sense. How?
I don't know, man.
To be honest, watching the game, I felt like we were jumping early a lot on offense. Like the tackles are trying to get that kick to get that, I guess, to get the
it's just
step.
I'm in a weird spot right now. Like, I want to say I feel better about Dennis right now than I did at the end of last year.
Yeah. Just
because, like, the first two games have, minus the penalties, have looked good. Right? There's things you can question. Maybe it's, it might just be that we have Derek Carr now.
Yeah.
And it's just like a calming presence almost,
I think
it's a comfort thing.
I think that's part of it.
But for some reason, and maybe I don't feel better about Dennis. Maybe I just feel better about the team overall.
I somewhat feel better about both. Something jumped out to me. You probably saw the replay multiple times. It jumped out to me the other night. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Foskey, who was like walking off the field.
Oh, and he got at him.
He jumped all over him. Yeah. And I was like, see, that you didn't see that last year, though. Like, he wasn't getting on to people.
But we know he has it. He stared Brandon Browner in the face.
Oh, yeah, it was a long time ago, but yeah. Brandon Browner was the guy you had. Come on. Like,
no, that's what. No,
there's only so much you can do.
No, what I'm saying is, to his credit,
yeah,
he went face to face with Brandon Browner.
Somebody had to.
Yeah. So I know he could do it.
Brandon Browner. God, yeah, sorry.
So I know it's in you, buddy.
Yeah.
Just be that guy, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe he feels more comfortable now.
Yeah.
So
I hope so, man. I'm excited, but last off season we had a couple of these pods and we were eating it up. We were
yeah.
We were sucking at the teat.
Yeah, no, I'm still keeping in check. Right now my expectations until I guess it's not possible anymore till the season starts is win the division.
Okay.
I feel like that's always more than fair.
Yeah. But that should always be what your goal is. I mean,
right, but based off of last year, I think it's like I don't think it's fair to expect them to do more than that right now.
Yeah.
If you win the division, you're a top 4 seed in the playoffs. We'll see how the season goes and see if you only won the division because the division sucks, or if you won the division because you're a good team.
And something that's just in the back of my mind here is we're looking at the NFC South like the NFC South is going to suck, right?
Yeah.
But you see it every year in the NFL. Every division you think is going to suck, all of a sudden comes out and they don't suck. Yeah. The Panthers have done a lot. The Falcons have done a lot. The Bucs look like they're in a transition year, but who knows? Maybe Baker turns it on. I don't know. Their defense is phenomenal. Who knows?
Yeah, I think every team in the division has like a glaring weakness. I would say, except maybe the Saints. Like I don't know what
depth.
Yeah, but like Carolina, it's that offensive line. You can see it.
Yeah. Clear
as day. Can Bryce Young make up for it? That's going to be because they got talent.
Yeah.
So that's going to be their thing. Atlanta is Desmond Ridder. Like you don't know if he's good.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's probably their biggest thing. Their defense, I guess, too. Tampa is the quarterback. Just
who knows?
It's an older team. You don't know. Tampa's going to be one of those teams where if they got Baker, he's going to have a really good game or two.
Yeah.
Here or there, and they're gonna shock some team.
I've never believed in what's his Todd Bowles? Is that their coach?
Yeah.
I've never believed in him as a head coach.
Yeah.
He was terrible in Atlanta. I just don't see it working. He couldn't make it work with Tom Brady.
Yeah, I like Frank Reich. That's why I feel good about Carolina. It's gonna be Carolina could be one of those teams where at the end of the year they're a lot better than they are right now, right? As Bryce Young finds his footing
Yeah.
and things like that. We'll see. But I think the Saints are the most stable team
Yeah.
in the division.
Yeah.
Like you said, depth is, especially like O-line depth is a big thing. So, but as things stand right now, I think it's foolish to almost pick anybody else to win the division.
You would think so. You would think so. Some others might argue against it, and I would hear them out. But I mean, I would agree. I mean, I think like you said, your biggest weakness from last year was your quarterback to an extent, and your depth, like your injuries.
Yeah.
And this year, obviously, you still have the concern of the injuries and the O-line depth, but now you have a calming presence at quarterback who seems to be able to get in and out quicker, seems to be able to make quicker decisions. We'll see. But
yeah. I don't necessarily, when I say we should be the favorites to win, I'm not even saying that we are going to run away with it.
Right.
Like, if you told me we win it by 1 or 2 games, I'm be like, okay.
10-7.
Yeah. Like, they have to improve from last year.
Yeah.
They have to. Like, if you're not at least a 9-win team, that's a failure.
I would say so. I would agree.
And that, to me, that even feels low. 10, I think 10 should be the number.
I think 10-7
It should be the floor.
Yeah. Is what you would hope for.
Yeah.
What you got? You said you might have some topics.
Yeah, I got a
tonight.
couple fun topics.
Let's do it.
So I had this topic written down, and it's kind of, I had it a few days ago, and it's kind of weird given, what happened today with Bray Wyatt and everything. But
yeah,
if you went to the doctor today,
yeah,
and they told you got 10 years to live, what are you doing?
10 years? I mean, 10 years is a long time.
10 years.
But it definitely would humanize things a little bit. I'm probably going to prioritize a couple things. First and foremost, my family. I'm going to spend as much time with my family as possible. I'm going to go on trips. I'm going to travel. Just stuff like that. I'm going to try and make as many memories for my children as possible.
Yeah. Part of me wants to say, like, maybe for the first 2 or 3 years, I'd find a way to just work and make as much money as I possibly can for them. But also, you have...
While you're, like, still physically able. Because I would assume if you're dying in 10 years, like, you're going to deteriorate.
But also, at the same time, like, you have things set up, when you die, they're going to get money, whatever. So
right.
I'm with you. I think trips are the obvious, or, like, the go-to answer. But it's almost like a... Like, you can't just retire.
No.
Right? You got to do something.
Yeah.
So
that's the bitch of capitalistic America.
But my whole mindset would change. It'd be like, my son's like, hey, I want to go do this. Like, I'm never gonna tell him no.
Oh yeah.
Like anything we want to do, we're going to do.
You want ice cream? Let's do it.
You
know what?
Listen,
I want ice cream too.
We got credit cards. We want to max the ball out. Do whatever the hell.
They're in my name. It's fine.
Yeah. I promise you'll get enough money to pay them off. Right? Like that's like. How
does that work? Just educate me for a second here. If I have credit cards in my name and I die, does that debt go to?
I believe so.
My child.
Well, I would assume it would go to Victoria.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in general, like my next of kin.
Yeah, I would assume.
That sucks. Pay your credit cards, folks.
Yeah, because your card note just doesn't go away.
Yeah,
your house
true.
note doesn't just go away. It's all the same.
Yeah, but they take that. They'll take it away.
That's why you get life insurance, so it just take care of it all.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I'm with you. Like, you immediately just become about making as many memories for your kids as possible.
Right.
And like anything you've ever wanted to do in life, like you just have to go do it.
Yeah.
There's like we talked about going to watch a Premier League game somewhere. Like, okay, whatever it costs.
Let's do it.
We're going. Can't get off work? Fuck it. I'll go work at McDonald's and make a little money, right? Like, we'll find something else out.
I can't take off of work. I am dying.
Yeah, but I really actually, because I heard it, people talking about it on another show, and a good bit of them said for the first 5 years they would just work.
Yeah.
Which I guess there's logic to that, but also then you're wasting 5 years of time.
I don't think I would. I think I would continue the life as I had it, but at the same time, I would definitely prioritize the other things. I would work. I would take vacations and go spend time with my children while I was still healthy enough to do it. Because who knows, maybe 5 years in, like you can't travel somewhere. You can't go do things. You're just laid up at the house. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's how my brain works.
We're kind of on the same page there. It was the quicker discussion than I thought.
I thought it was gonna be fun. That was it was emotional.
Well, yeah, whatever. All right, I got something fun for you then. Let's do this or that. You want to bring that back?
Yeah, let's do this or that.
All right, this or that.
This or that. This or that.
This or that. Ruthless Aggression Era. Attitude
era. No question. Stop it.
I'm gonna agree with you, but I was looking into it a little bit more. The Ruthless Aggression Era is kind of slept on.
Is it?
It gave us some things. Now, I'm not a big John Cena fan.
Yeah.
John Cena came with the Ruthless Aggression Era. We got
what's named after him, so yeah.
We got one of the most iconic matches ever at WrestleMania 19 with Rock and Stone Cold.
I don't look at that as iconic.
You don't think?
Oh yeah, I do. I was thinking of a different one.
I don't know how you don't.
Yeah. I see. For me, that's the end of the Attitude Era.
It's fair. It's under that's Ruthless
fine.
Aggression.
Just because John Cena came out on.
It gave us Elimination Chamber, which is I mean, you get that all like that's an iconic match type.
Right.
It gave us more than I thought. Like,
yeah, I think you're probably right. It probably did give us a lot more than I'm thinking, because like in my head, the Attitude Era was probably longer than it actually was. Like they probably consider a lot of things Ruthless Aggression Era that I would consider Attitude Era.
Yeah, like it gave us Lesnar. You got some good feuds out of it. Goldberg came.
Yeah, I stopped watching at that time, to be honest with you.
I don't think I've watched all the way through Ruthless Aggression. I mean, obviously we're biased towards the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I was
like that's what I grew up with. But and I'm with you. I picked the Attitude Era, but as I read more, because I wanted to clarify what the years of the
what are they? Let's talk about that. Do you have it?
I think I have it pulled up still. Let's see.
I kind of want to pull this up. I'm curious now.
Yeah. So Ruthless Aggression, they have listed from 02 to 08.
02 to 08. Yeah, I mean that's basically like when WCW went under. Was like 02.
This is when they transitioned from WWF to WWE.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk a little bit so that we can not have any dead space here.
Oh, are you waiting on me?
You want no. If you got some, you want some of the more iconic matches that they have listed.
Match. Let's go through them.
We have. I'll give you the top 10 real quick. I'll run through them. There was an I Quit match between Cena and JBL. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
I remember this one. It was a no hold barred Cactus Jack and Randy Orton.
I don't remember that.
Evolution is another thing that came with.
I didn't like Evolution.
You get Randy Orton. So I think the thing with the Ruthless Aggression Era is it gave us a lot of really, really like all-time great superstars. Not that the Attitude Era didn't.
Yeah.
Right? Cause
it's funny too because like that's almost like the height of Triple H too. Like that's when he really was like the guy.
Yeah. Well, one of the moments was him. They did the DX reunion and he turns on Shawn Michaels.
Right.
Hell in a Cell, Batista, Triple H. That's what I'm saying. You got Batista, Orton, Lesnar, Cena.
Yeah,
I mean Cena is some people's like GOAT. I don't care for Cena that much.
Not my GOAT. I get why he is though. I mean he's really good on the mic. He's really good in the ring. Like he's charismatic. Like I get it, but he's just not my GOAT.
I don't remember a lot of these matches. I'm gonna be honest with you. Unsanctioned match, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and see that's 02. So that's the beginning of Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah. And
I could see how you would group that into Attitude Era.
I mean, listen, it's fine, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of people out there. It's the same argument for like LeBron versus MJ, right? Like I just grew up with the latter or with the former, whatever. Either way. Yeah. It is what it is.
Like I said, I'm with you on Attitude Era. I was just kind of shocked as to what the Ruthless Aggression Era gave us, and it's more so I don't really remember big moments from Ruthless Aggression, but when you start to look at who came from it, like you can't talk about WWE without Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, all of them, right? So
listen, Drax is one of my favorite characters in all.
Who's the best WWE actor?
The best WWE actor. I wish I would have just like quickly said one, but I don't know. It's not Sasha Banks. I'll tell you that much. She's not bad, but like I don't know, she's just stiff and weird.
Batista's.
Is it Batista? It could be Batista.
I've kind of, if you'd asked me before, like the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise,
Yeah.
or like even like the middle after the first one, I probably still would have said The Rock.
Yeah, that's where my brain went. But The Rock
think
plays
it's
the same character in every movie.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten away from The Rock a little bit. I'm kind of over him a little bit.
Yeah, and like you could say John Cena because he's in movies, but he's always the same character too.
I've admittedly not seen much with Cena. What was that superhero one he played that got like really, really good? I can't remember the name of it.
I'll be honest, I can't take any movie John Cena's in seriously because he just reminds me of Kevin James. Like, I just, for whatever reason, I'm like, is this Paul Blart? What are we watching here?
I just can't. I'm not a Cena guy. That's what that boils down to.
He's corny.
Yeah.
That's for, and listen, if y'all love him, fine. He's corny.
And you because of that, you understand why he's as big as he is because of when he was coming up. Like, that is how WWE was.
That's fine.
It became more childish is the best way to put it.
Which is funny because his first character was not childish at all.
No.
At all.
No. So, I don't know. He's not for me. But another one. This or that.
What you got?
Rewatching an old show or finding a new show.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one because you can make arguments for both sides, right? I'm going to say watching a new show, but it's just because of that, like, when you find a good new show, it's like it's unmatched. It's like that's such.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to watch this now. But like an old show, you can always go back to it.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know what to pick here. I'm gonna say watching an old show only because that's what I tend to find myself doing.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's not shows I want to watch. Like I have a list of shows where I'm like I want to watch this, and I'll watch an episode or two, but then I'm like I'll sit down to just eat something and I'm chilling and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put The Office on.
You told me the other day that you watch a lot of documentaries now, right? You said that. Have you seen BS High yet?
I haven't.
On HBO?
I haven't.
I watched it today. Like I was laughing. Like I couldn't help it. It was so funny to me.
I'm gonna watch it because I want to watch that. I was so excited for Swamp Kings, and it's got like everyone is saying it's one of the worst documentaries.
Yeah, it's like from what I heard, it's basically like a Tim Tebow and Urban Meyer documentary. They don't go into any of the.
As soon as I saw that they were gonna have Urban Meyer in it,
yeah,
like you're not getting the stories you want to get.
No, you don't get any of that.
Yeah,
none of it.
Nobody cares about the football part of this documentary. That's not why we want to know about this Florida team. I need to know.
There's some funny stuff, but like they don't talk about that.
I need to know how Tim Tebow managed to stay Tim Tebow while Percy Harvin and Aaron Hernandez were doing whatever they were doing.
They don't even talk about Aaron Hernandez. Doesn't even come up.
Yeah,
from what I heard.
I can't. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just not gonna watch it now. That just feels like a waste of my time.
Yeah, they don't talk about. There was something big that happened with Percy Harvin while he was there. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about any of that. They don't talk about the Pouncey brothers.
Yeah, and they teased that for years. That's what we were gonna get, and it's very upsetting because they were hyping up these 4 untold documentaries. The Manziel one sucked.
Yeah.
This one sucks.
What are they on Netflix?
Yeah, there's the Jake Paul one, which I have really no interest in.
Yeah, I don't care.
And I'm like, this is terrible. I was so excited for this, and it's just whatever.
Well, there you go. We also started watching another documentary about AshleyMadison.com. It's on Hulu. Do you know what AshleyMadison.com is, first of all?
I've heard of this.
It's a website. It's like a dating website for like people that want to cheat on their spouse. And in like 2008, 9, it was hacked. And all these people's information was put. See, exactly. So there's a documentary about this. Oh, no. It is amazing. It's terrible, but it's amazing.
One that I've heard about, a new one that I want to go watch is the telemarketers documentary on Netflix or HBO, I think. It's like they're scamming the telemarketers.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm all in on that.
Fuck them telemarketers. What else you got?
That was really all I had.
That's okay. We're gonna do smash or pass.
Let's do it.
We'll do game after game after game after game.
Banger.
That's all we do here.
Banger after banger.
We just play games around these parts, folks. Let's play a game. You want to play a game? All right, smash or pass time. Smash or pass is brought to you by Coops.Burgers. Good partner of ours. Get the Hot Boy. They've expanded their menu. You can now make like a mini Hot Boy if you want. Get it for your kid. It's got jalapenos. Maybe they don't like it. It's fine. Tell them Patty sent you. It's freaking phenomenal. Anyway, smash or pass. We're going to go with, where the hell did it go? I had it written down. I'm going to lose it. I don't know where it is. I literally lost it. Smash or pass, Patty being responsible for smash or pass topics. Where the fuck? Oh, here it is.
Great content.
This is so like anticlimactic too now that I found it, because these aren't like phenomenal. All right. Smash or pass. Taking a good bath.
Smash.
Smash?
Smash.
Okay, so my wife made fun of me earlier because I was like, hey babe, what do I do for smash or pass? She's like, you should do shower versus bath. And I was like, well, that's not smash or pass, but I can make it smash or pass. And I'll say, hey, yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm definitely going with smash. My wife thought that people would think I was a weirdo for taking baths, because she never takes baths. She's not a bath person. I was like, baby, I guarantee you there's a lot of people out there that love a good soak. Okay?
Listen, if you don't think I won't get in the tub with a beer or a glass of wine, and
I'm telling you.
Listen, man. You know what it does, especially when my air conditioning was before I had these window units, I took cold baths.
There you go.
I was like, I'll go sit in this fucking cold tub for 45 minutes if I have to.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's it. You know what's funny? Like,
it's just more relaxing is all it is.
A cold bath is so, like, it sounds so horrible, but at the same time, when you get out, like, you're so refreshed. I would never take a cold bath, first of all.
There's no scenario. I mean, I would do it maybe like in a muscle recovery situation.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But just like a random night, like, I'm not taking a cold bath. It's gonna be a hot bath. I only did it because I didn't have AC and my house was hot. That's the only reason I did it.
I feel you. It reminds me of Hurricane Katrina. Shout out Hurricane Katrina. We were talking about that before the podcast. Don't know why. Just came up. Took cold showers every day because it was 98 degrees outside and we had no power for like 3 weeks, and I was just living it.
I've started to take cold showers a lot. I started doing it when we were without AC, and now I kind of got used to it, and I like it a little bit.
Supposedly it's good for you.
Oh yeah, they say it's really good for you, but
I don't know if I can keep doing that. But
no, I'll definitely say, now if you're making me choose bath or shower, I'm going shower.
Okay.
But I'll definitely take a bath. I'll put something on, a show on or something, and
there's nothing
chill out, man. Nothing
like a good bath, a good soak. Shoot, you could give me a bath bomb too. I'll be that guy. It's fine. I'll do all that. But I'll say this: I'm not an exclusive bath person. I do believe in showers because let's be real, like, you don't really get as clean in a bath.
Sometimes I feel like I have to take the shower after I take a bath.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I feel that. I've done that. I do that.
Yeah, because when you really, like, as a kid, you take baths all the time. Then as you grow up, you're like, I'm really just sitting in this water. That's not great.
Yeah. I was cutting the grass today, and now I'm sitting in water.
Oh, so I would never do that.
No, I'm just saying.
That's one thing I will say. I would not take a bath if I'm coming from sweating or
if you're like gross
or doing something. If it's just been like chilling around the house all day, and I'm just like, you know what?
You know when I end up taking baths, to be completely honest with you, is when I've been sitting in the house and all of a sudden I'm like cold. Like if I got like bone chilling cold from sitting around the house, which happens to me all the time. I think I have low iron. Actually, I do. I had a blood test. Anyways, I'll sit in a hot tub of water. Makes me feel good. That's it.
I like that.
That's it. All right. Smash or pass. Topic number 2. Are you ready?
Numero dos.
Numero dos. Or deux.
Si.
If you're, French. Dressing a particular way, maybe in costume or whatever, for a concert. So say you're going to see T Swift. There's a lot of people that are dressing a certain way to see T Swift, or maybe like they're wearing the bracelets, or like a country concert. Maybe are you going in a boots and a cowboy hat? I know. I see the look.
I'm gonna go pass.
Okay.
The most you're getting out of me is like a T-shirt for whoever's playing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I don't. I'm dressing more for like the weather or the venue, or like if it's like when we went to Garth and Tiger Stadium, like I'm wearing some like khaki shorts and a T-shirt because it's fucking hot.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
It was hot.
Or like I'm not gonna be one of those people that tries to dress nice and go like, I'm not gonna dress like a bum, but I'm not dressing super nice because I need to be comfortable. If I'm gonna be in a crowd of I'm claustrophobic. number one. So I gotta feel comfortable.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be in a crowd, I have to be able to at least feel comfortable with the clothes I'm wearing.
Okay.
So if I'm in like jeans and something that feels restrictive, it's not gonna go well.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with pass.
Okay.
But I'll try to wear a t-shirt or something. Maybe, I guess.
I got you. Like a band T-shirt, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you. I feel like I go back and forth on this. I'm gonna go Smash, just because I'm obnoxious. For example, the last Garth concert in Tiger Stadium that I went to, I did wear a cowboy hat. I did wear boots. I don't think I'm gonna do it this time, though. I don't think I'm gonna do it this time, to be completely honest with you. It's probably gonna be much more traditional, just baseball cap and jeans. Like, it is what it is. Yeah.
See, I mean, I'll wear that, and I guess that's like.
Yeah.
I don't view that as being like country, but
It is now.
It is.
That's all. That's the look now. You gotta have boots on, though. If you're not wearing boots, it ain't country.
I'm not wearing boots. I don't even own boots.
Well, you better get yourself a pair of boots, boy.
How often do you like refresh your attire?
All the time. All the time. I'm talking monthly. Like, I just randomly buy shirts, shorts, shoes all the time.
I think we agree on like a lot of things. This is the number. If I had to pick the one thing we differ on, you might say like food. I think this is where we differ the most.
On clothes?
Yeah,
We probably do.
not that like the things that you would wear, I wouldn't wear.
Mm-hmm.
I just like you. If we're gonna go somewhere, I feel like you're gonna want to dress up and look. Not that I don't want to look nice, but I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm more about just being comfortable. And you would probably say like you are comfortable.
Oh, yeah, 100%
right?
comfortable.
And I'm just like, I'm not here to like impress anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I've seen it when and then not this isn't shitting on you or anything. When we've gone to dinner or something like that as a group, and I show up in my button down, like, fancy. Then it's not fancy, but like, the real thin, like, I don't know, express button down or something cheap like that.
Well, you see, and that's the thing. Like, I have all of that, and I buy it, and then there's times where I'll wear it, but then I'm just like,
I'm comfortable in it, man. It's like and I'm not talking, first of all, guys, I'm not talking about like the tight express like dress shirts. I'm talking about like the button down like
yeah, like
floral or like
almost
bowler
like Hawaiian
style,
shirt,
like,
casual in a way,
like super casual. And like you'll be in like a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah, that's like, if we're just going to like a casual dinner, it's usually like jeans and t-shirt.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and not like a.
As long as you're.
It's not like a Under Armour t-shirt.
No, it's a nicer t-shirt.
Yeah, it's honestly it's usually like express shirts because that's just what I buy.
It's like a little Henley or something like that. Like,
no,
nothing
like
crazy.
if me and my wife are going to a dinner for like an occasion or something, then I dress up.
Yeah.
Or like when we go on vacation to like Gatlinburg or something, and we would go to dinner, like nice dinners at night. Then I'm dressing up. And, but I don't buy that many new dress clothes that often because I just don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And maybe if I did buy them more, I'd be like, all right, I spent the money on it. I want to wear it.
Yeah.
But I thought about this the other day because when we were going to my son's christening, like when I lost a bunch of weight last year, I went and buy new stuff, and then I gained like maybe 5-10 pounds back. So it's kind of on that fringe area where some things don't fit.
Yeah, I'm right
and I'm
there.
like, I didn't have anything to wear, and I'm like, I need to go buy some new shit.
Yeah, that's another reason.
But I'm also like, I'm starting to lose it again, so I'm like, I don't know what to do here.
And you can't get rid of the other stuff because who knows? Maybe I gained 5 pounds back. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm in the same boat. That's probably why I buy clothes so much because I'm just like, I don't know. I gained weight, I lost weight, I gained weight, I lost weight. It is what it is. I want to look good for when I go do whatever I'm doing this weekend. So I'm going to get a shirt, and that's just what it is.
Yeah. You pick out your tour outfits yet?
No, man. We got so many stops along the way. I'm just.
You gonna dress for each country?
No.
You gonna dress in the theme for each country?
No, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. That's too much to bring on the trip. I can't pack all that. We got to pack everything in 3 days, 4 days. That ain't happening.
Yeah, man. I had a buddy text me earlier. He's like, "You said world tour." I'm like, I don't understand what's funny. Like, we're going on tour. I don't.
Yeah, how are we getting there? By the way, we haven't even talked about this. You have all that covered.
We're gonna Paul Revere this by land, by sea, by whatever you want to do.
I just hope we can get to each country in time. We can't be no dilly dallying now. We got to get going.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be moving. We boot scooting boogieing it all around. You know what I mean?
Scoot and boogie. I'm just saying, man. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
I hope so. I'm just along for the ride. You tell me where to go. I'll drive us to the airport, to the dock, to the location, wherever we going. You tell me.
Do you have a country you're most excited about?
Mexico. I'm just a Mexico guy, if I can be honest with you. I love me a good margarita, and it's not because of the song. I like me some, I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that.
I'm going to say Ireland, but let's go back to the margaritas real quick, and we can wrap this up. Shout out to Tulane.
Hell yeah. I wanted to bring that up. That's how you do. Anybody who doesn't know, Tulane announced their concessions today, and they had already kind of announced them, but they really laid everything out for like game day stuff today. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. And on the list, they list Blue Oak Barbecue as one of the vendors, and they list Superior, who's always been there, specifically Superior Margaritas, which they've always had. But like, that's how you do it. We talked about this before. Like, and
this is exactly what we said the Dove of the Arena should
exactly. Do. And they have pregame happy hour. Let's go.
I'm sold.
Listen.
You telling me I don't have to go anywhere but the stadium to have a good time? Yes, I'm in.
Basically, yeah. That's that, buddy. Shout out Tulane. I'll see you there.
You think that's because of like the location of the stadium, or is it just like why are they willing to do that and not the other? I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't.
I believe I could be wrong, and I'm gonna poke this again. I don't believe center plate has anything to do with Tulane's facilities.
That's true. That's the exact reason why it's the way it is.
Just gonna leave it at that. I had a buddy who texted me after my somewhat rant on center plate that you stopped me because you didn't mean to stop me, but you asked me something that made me think of things differently, and I just didn't go in like I was gonna. And he was like, I could feel it. He's like, I was there with you. I remember. I could feel it. Or it was something along those lines. I don't know, but yeah. F center plate.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt. That's it. I got one more, but we can keep it moving. We don't need that. I don't. There's so many topics I could go into, but like, I don't know if we have time for it. Let's just have one more fun thing here. What's the best chain restaurant?
Best chain restaurant. Give me yours. Let me think about this for
mine, a minute. And I'm biased, and it's because I'm going there tomorrow night. I'm going Texas Roadhouse, all day, every day.
I think my favorite is Outback.
That's fair.
I think Outback. Like, I almost wanted to say Chili's because
I thought you were gonna.
Because that's where we go the most.
Yeah. But
that's more because we know Kason will eat the food. Not that I like Chili's.
Can you throw peanuts on the floor at Outback?
No, but also like clean up your mess.
You can't.
What are we doing?
Do they have cinnamon? But you don't like cinnamon. Never mind, I lost you. I'm out. I'm out. I think they have cinnamon, but I don't remember. It's been so long since I've been to Texas Roadhouse. But
I kind of go. It's weird, man, because I like to pick the places that have good appetizers, and Chili's has the skillet queso is my favorite.
Yeah.
Right. Outback. I mean, I guess they got the bloomin' onion, but like, I like the bloomin' onion, but it's not my favorite thing.
Right.
So, it's between those two, I guess. Like, you're not counting Chimes, right?
No, that's not a chain. It's like two. There's like
3 of them.
There's 3? Where's the third one?
There's 2 in Baton Rouge.
I didn't know that. I guess it's a chain. I don't consider that a chain.
If it counts, that's what I'm.
Yeah. I'm talking like national chains.
Yeah. No, I guess I'm gonna say Outback is what I would go with. I can tell you what's not, and it's Applebee's. That's at the bottom of my list.
No love for Olive Garden?
If you'd have asked me like in college, I'd have probably told you about Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I loved Olive Garden. And you know what? Hooters is up there.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say a good thing about Applebee's and Olive Garden. If you don't have money and you want to either eat a crap ton of food,
listen,
go to Olive Garden.
You can go to Olive Garden and eat for free.
Basically, yeah. Unlimited soup, salad, and breast, whatever it is. And then if you want to get drunk and you don't have money, go to Applebee's. Yeah. They got some special where it's like $1 for whatever. Drink it up.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give Walk-On some love, too.
Yeah. I don't consider it, but yes.
They got good burgers.
Yeah.
Good burgers.
So, see, that stuff doesn't even come into my mind. Like, Walk-On's, like, yes, now it's a national chain, but, like, it wasn't. So I wasn't even thinking of that. That's fair, though. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
That's all I got. I don't know if this episode was good or bad. I have no feel. Normally I have a feel.
I had fun.
All vibes. It's fine.
Mentally, I'm not here.
Yeah, you're gone. You already left.
Yeah.
He's on a plane.
I will be editing this on a plane, probably. My plan is to get to the airport just a little bit earlier than normal and just knock it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes out tomorrow. That's the plan. Whether Patty has to try to upload it and finish it, we don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see.
What's something you wanted as a teen that you look back on and laugh?
Wanted as a teen and look back on and laugh.
Is there anything you wanted as even a child, a teenager, a young adult that you look back on and you're like, man, why did I want that? Why? What made me want that eyebrow ring at 19 years old?
I wanted a lip piercing for a while because I had a cousin that had one, and I was like, you know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been a good idea.
Let me tell you about
your best friend.
About my best friend. I actually used to rock the big black shirt. I don't know why. I didn't wear DC though. Let me tell you about like 13-year-old Lil Patty. Okay? 13-year-old Lil Patty was an awkward boy. I wasn't sure where I was at in life. I didn't know who I was. I was really just finding myself, okay? 13-year-old Patty loved to wear South Pole, Rockaware, and Platinum Fubu. I loved it. My shorts went down to my ankles.
No Famous?
I wore Famous. See, I was older when Famous came out.
That's true.
I was wearing Famous at like 18.
13-year-old me was probably Famous.
Yeah, there you go. No, at 13, I was doing that. I was wearing Timberlands. I thought I was the shit. But you know what I really, really wanted when I was 13 that I never got? I got all that other stuff. What I really wanted when I was 13 was a Nextel phone. You know why?
Why?
Because you could chirp.
Okay.
I wanted so bad to pick that phone up. Hey, where you at? That's it.
So your big dream in life was to have a walkie-talkie.
I wanted a walkie-talkie on my phone.
Could have had one forever. You just
That's what I wanted, man.
Now you can do that whatever, and you just don't.
There's no chirp anymore. You can't chirp on an Apple. On an iPhone?
I mean, it's not.
There's probably an app for it.
There's voice messages. That's all it is.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? So 13-year-old Patty wanted a chirp phone so I could chirp people. Now if you send me a voice message, I'm groaning. Do not send me a voice message.
You're gonna be able to do in this update that's coming. You're gonna be able to do FaceTime voicemails. How do you feel about that?
I do like that.
I've wanted that for years.
Yeah, I do like that. I have wanted that as well. That's something that's worth it. Don't send me a voice message, especially when we're in. Dylan, I love you, man. If you watch our podcast, Dylan from the Know, anybody who follows Dylan, he just started Home Court series, great series. Go check it out. We have all these random discussions privately, and he'll randomly send voice messages, and I'm like, damn it, now I have to listen.
Yeah, but I want it. So I wanted to end this, but there are times when it there's times where I try to put and. Everybody goes through this. You try to word something in a text and it just doesn't come across the way you wanted it to. And in that scenario, doing a voice message is probably the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But
you're making me.
You're willing to. I am personally willing to just. We're gonna play with fire. If you take it the wrong way, you take it the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm sending the text, man. I'm emailing. I'm sending the text, whatever. Like even at my work, like I'm sending an email. I'll get on the phone with you if you want me to. But let's knock this out real quick.
Yeah, we got a new Tim McGraw album just dropped, so I want to go ahead and listen to that. Also, Duolingo keeps telling me I better hurry up before I lose my streak. 70 days.
Is that how we're ending this thing tonight?
No. What's up?
Tim McGraw and Duolingo?
I'm always willing to end with Tim McGraw.
Well, if you think Tim McGraw, I hope you think our favorite song. That's a Taylor Swift quote. You're welcome. Her first hit. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. What you got?
That's all I got, man. We didn't mention it earlier. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. I alluded to it. I just never outright said it.
Yeah, I want to say it.
Yeah, that's fine. I tweeted about it earlier. You know, I've said it on the podcast before. My biggest fear in life is leaving my children too early, leaving them with that pain of not having their father figure, and that's what happened. So I pray for their family and anyone else, obviously, who's in that situation.
Yeah, I echo that, and I'll say this to end it on a positive note. You know, we lose people like this young.
Yeah.
All the time. I think the best thing we can do is when they're this talented, because I mean Bray Wyatt is one of the most talented people in wrestling.
Yeah.
And same thing. I thought the same thing with Mac. Be thankful that they let you experience their creativity and art and everything.
For
Goes
sure.
for anybody. you know, Kobe, you got to he allowed you to experience his greatness
Right.
for however long.
Right.
So
You
you
were
got
blessed
those
with
things
that.
to go back and look at. You know, there's videos and things we can relive.
Yeah.
Think that's
Silver linings, right?
Silver linings.
There you go. There's a playbook on that, I think. Until next time, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah.